right, ladies, my goddesses. Okay, so this is can you see that? I felt like some weird stuff was happening to my face. Okay, so this is the this is a money check. This is the ritual is all about this gratitude check, right? It says it's written from the gratitude bank of the universe. There's millions of, maybe not millions, maybe thousands of templates online. I'm gonna drop one of the ones that I have here, and then I copy them, print them out on stock paper so they have some weight so that they don't, you know, get destroyed. But I have like 600 kids in the house, so you may not have that problem. This is really great, and I wanted to do this for the new moon with everyone because there's a 999 portal is coming, and it's a really great time to solidify your financial abundance. So my books are tangled up here. I'm trying to see which one. Okay, so this is the book I want to use. So this is a really simple ritual, and as you know, I do a lot of candle work, right? That's my thing, and I'm going to show you this one and walk you through it with no candle, okay? And then I'll tell you the difference when I use a candle. So this check represents the money that you are wanting to manifest, and you can decide like how often you do this. Like you could do this weekly, you can do this monthly, you can do this whatever you want. What I typically do is I sit down and I have a journal here, right? And I will sit down and I will write out, like, these are things I want to cover, this is something I want to do, it's going to cost X, Y, and Z. And then I will tally it all up and then say, okay, I need this much. So certain things in my life are covered. Like if you have a job, you know, maybe like your rent is covered, right, with your paycheck. But there's some other things that you want to do that are not covered with the money that you have already calculated coming in. So this check could be for that, right? Not something that you already know is coming. The other thing that you can do is just say that in totality, over the next month, this is how much money I want from known and unknown sources, which is honestly how I tend to do that, because in a business, you don't really know if a client's going to come in and pay in full or take a payment plan. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how many of, this program or how many people are going to join this week. So I just set the amount, right, and hold space for that amount. And so things like how to better hold space, how to direct your will, how to create space, those things are things that we're going to go into and that will be taught in the Magical Vixen Universe that I was talking about in the other video. So print this off, right, and decide if you are doing, like, I just want this amount of money in the next 30 days, or I just want an extra $1,000, $2,000 over the next 10 days, which is a shameless plug, right? If you guys have not joined the Money Madam, you are missing out, and this is a really great time. I am on a mission to help 888 women learn how to manifest $1,000 in 10 days intentionally, right, outside of their regular income, and then teaching them how to collapse the time on that so that they can then start manifesting on a daily or a weekly or whatever is most comfortable for them based on where they are in the moment. So there's probably a link somewhere in here, but I'll drop it on this video too. If you want to get into that program, it's just $88, and if you have some type of financial restraints or what have you and need a payment plan, just send me a message. You can text me. So write your check, decide how much it is. Now, how do I make that decision? Again, I just want to say I sit and I journal. That is my process. I have some clients who talk it out. So they record themselves and they just date it, right? So they have all of these little audios of themselves. I don't know why. The tip of my nose is really itchy. Some of them simply meditate and don't record. Although I believe, and I encourage everyone to at least write out how much and what you're planning to do with it, or what it's for, or why you want it. Because there has been times in my life when I'm like, oh, I need an extra $3,000. Well, I'm already getting it. Like, I get it all the time. You know, I remember when literally $3,000 was like the gold for the month. And everything would be paid, but I would feel like I didn't get it. And then one day when I started journaling and writing it out, it was like, not only did I get it, but I was already making like $4,000 a month. So it didn't feel like I was getting it, but I was always getting it plus some, right? So I had to become more aware of what I was asking for. So this is where I would anoint my candle. This is also a time when I would use a small taper candle. I didn't bring one over here. I would carve in my candle like, say $10,000. I would anoint it with the beautiful oil. Like, I have gotten some, I'm going to be putting them on Instagram. I've gotten some amazing, amazing comments from women who have purchased that golden abundance oil. Like, it is so fabulous. So I would put the oil on the candle. I would dress it with whatever money herbs, including like shredded money and gold flakes and all of those things, and set it up. I would light that candle. I would sip on my tea, and honestly, what I would drink would be based on what it is. So like, if I got some shit to do, or some shit has gone down and I need some extra money to handle this that I had not calculated because it just happened, like a emergency or whatever, I'm sipping on vodka. I'm pouring me some vodka, some ice, throw a few hibiscus leaves and some rose petals in there. I'm gonna stir it towards me, because vodka is the liquor, the spirit of getting shit done, right? It helps you get shit done. Not if you go overboard, but it does. It carries that vibe. So I'd pour me some vodka, I'd sip on that, and I'd write down not only what I needed, but I would journal what that experience feels like. You know, getting the money, how the money came through, how I took care, boom, 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 and shit got done, and then I would write my check. Right? And then I would put the check, you're going to put this check someplace where you can see it passing by. Like, you don't need to look at it all day, every day. You don't need to read it all of the time, but you need to have it someplace where you will see it. So like, I just set mine up by the light on my desk. And so I see it, or I'll look over and I'll see it, but it's not a main focus, right? And here I date it. Right, so there's going to be a little spot for you to date it. And then you take action, and when you get ideas, you move out on those ideas. But you operate from a place of, I got that money, right? And when you do see it, you operate and you say things like, oh yeah, I did get that money. I remember when I got that money, right? Oh, that's right, I do have that check. Everything's gonna be fine. It's covered because I got that check. You know what I'm saying? And so then that's how you continuously to feed that that spell, and you bring that desire into the physical, right? And you allow it to physically materialize. So I wanted to show you just some recent ones, because I don't do them every week. So on June 29th, I did, something happen. Yeah, that happened. And I was like, oh, I need $1,500 real quick. Like, that was outside. I don't know if you guys can see that, right? So then I wrote this check for $1,500, and it said June 29th, right? So unexpected income. Had received $1,940 in 5 days. So I keep track. And then I keep all of my manifestations and stuff in this journal. I probably have referred to it a couple of times. So then I didn't do it again until July. July 3rd, I needed an extra $3,200. So then, like, this is the next check. And then I keep track on the back. And so it looks like on the 11th, I had made it. And then July 26th, I did 3,500, and I wrote down, I noted that it did take me until, it took about 10 days, until the 1st of August. And then, let's see, August 6th, I wrote one for $2,500, and I got that in one day. I wrote 24 hours. It was received, right? See, this one was July 27th. Oh, and this one was $5,000. And this one I wrote for myself and someone else, right? So it was $5,000 a piece. And I don't think what was the date? So it took about 10 days. And so, but each of these were separate. The funds were separate. You see how they kind of overlapped because the situations came in. And so I did the spell. Sometimes I would light a candle. Sometimes I wouldn't. I would just sit down, focus. I would do the journaling and write the check. Good money herbs are pumpkin spice. It's that season. I hate pumpkin spice, pumpkin, everything. But the seasoning is awesome for drawing and attracting money. So that pumpkin, that nutmeg, that cinnamon, all of that draws in money. I use gold flakes. I use bay leaf. I use peppermint. All of those things. And then you can also, around your candle, you can use, my favorite is pyrite and citrine. Because, you know, look at this. That just is like, it's so glistening and shiny and all that beautifulness. So I'll have those around the candle while it's burning. I will sometimes anoint, so this is an anointed crystal, right? But there's a way to use it. And so when you've got your crystal and you're anointing it and you're telling your crystal like what its purpose is, so then you do have something to bring you back. It is a way of recharging and sending fresh energy to your work, right? While it is materializing it through using the crystal. So I will sometimes incorporate all of that. Now, new moon is an awesome time to do that, and that's why I originally was suggesting this for our circle. However, as you could see through my journal, when shit goes down, I write a check. Right? Because also, even if you have money in your account, but that's not really what you was planning to spend it on, you write a check, okay? You write a new check so that that gets covered and you don't get depleted. That's how you do this particular work. And it's, you know, it's a money check spell. And I'm going to show you, if I can reach it, a new product. Since we're talking about money, and this was not planned, but this is a new product. And I have talked about today in the group, the Magical Vixen University, our monthly program that's opening up next week. And this is the Magical Vixen card. Jar. So I don't know if you guys can see, like, there's a lot of money in there. It's a lot of money in there. And there's a lot. And there's even some peppers and some spices. And so the way that this jar works, this jar is so amazing. And I'm going to tell you that every single one of these jars, they, the ones that are available right now, did get charged in the new moon. I have spent some time holding and loving and talking to and really, really having financial discussions with these jars. And so when you get it, it's probably going to be settled. There's a lot. All of the things that you see sparkly in there, those are real gold flakes. And you'll see the glitter at the bottom, right? So you turn your jar upside down and you shake it until there's no settling glitter at the bottom. And when you get this jar, it comes with a little incantation chant, which is like a ritual spell, right? So now you've loosened up all the sparkly goodness and you've infused all of the money and everything in there. It excites me just to see this, right? And so then once you've shaken it all up and you've activated it, you get your incantation and you hold it and you say it and you just recite it until you feel complete. And then I recommend that you keep it charged, right? So you can charge it like citrine on the top, and you can set it on top of selenite, which clears energy. As long as you have it and you care for it, and so maybe you get it, you use it, you get the money, and it's sitting on a shelf, and then another situation happens, and you write your check, and you're like, you know what, let me reactivate this. All you have to do to keep this activated is put it out in the in that new moon and the full moon, actually. So you can do either one. But these were specifically made for and on to be charged and receptive to the new moon. So it's bringing in something new. It's bringing it to you. And so that's what these are for. So it's a one-time purchase as long as you care for it. The only time that I would say you would want to get a new one is like if somebody like real hateful is loving on it and like I'm doing and touching it and has spent a lot of time focusing on it, and you're not skilled enough to cleanse that energy. I have spent a lot of time with these jars, so they're pretty charged, and I've just started sending them out, and that was just to a handful of people who are currently, they get like the VIP treatment because they're in my class, so they know when products are being made and get to order first. But these are lovely, and like mine I took to bed with me. The vibration of these, and if you don't know, like when I make potions and intention oils, like not only am I using organic ingredients and high quality oils and crystals, I'm charging it. I charge it with my own intention, each ingredient individually, then they're combined, they are given a specific purpose. Collectively, they are always charged under the moon, and they are charged within a little crystal housing that I create that only has crystals specifically for what that bottle is for, and then I charge it with the frequency, sound frequency. So that's why they're a little slow in rolling out, but it makes a huge difference. And you do need to connect with it when you get it, and we are creating some videos to go on the website so that you guys can learn how to connect with the oils and the potions that you receive, so that you can also impart your more specific purpose into them, so that they can really yield to you what it is that you desire. So that is all for this money check money. I don't know which way it sounds better, but it's basically a very simple money spell using the universal check, the check from the universe. And I will put that link in here, and if you guys have any questions, let me know.